welcome to Tennessee Talk. And myself, Betsy Ross, and my co-host, Tennessee Williams.
We want to thank y'all for joining us again. It's episode 3, Tennessee Talk. Me and Betsy Ross. We got a special guest with us, Damo. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Damo. I'm currently in Jackson, Tennessee, by way of St. Louis. I'm from St. Louis, so I lived in Jackson, Tennessee for a while, so I know a little bit about this area. And also, I'm a DJ, a promoter, event coordinator, all that stuff for hip-hop events in the Midwest and Mid-South area. So we do a lot of $1,000 showcases where we give artists, up-and-coming artists, $1,000 a chance to, win some cash in some of these showcases. That's the majority of what I do.
All right, when is your next show you getting together?
The next show will be May 20th in Memphis at the Height Hooker Lounge. We will be giving away $1,000 at that showcase to the hottest artist. The artist that the judges think has the hottest music and stage presence. That's they base it kind of like on whatever they want.
All right, that's cool. Well, we're going to get into these topics. Y'all know how we do it. Obamacare been a real hot topic for the last 2 episodes. We've been attacking it from all perspectives. But I really want to, that's why 1 week on that Damo on, I really want to come from just let the listeners hear a different perspective. One thing about Obamacare that's been said would be the 40 an hour. That's one thing that just really stings a lot of people because when it went in effect, especially in the restaurant industry, a lot of them servers and cooks, they couldn't get that 40 hours anymore. They dropped down to like 28 and 30. And I just really want somebody just to break down what's the cause of that 10-hour drop from 40 to 30, and how did it correlate with the Obamacare passage?
Well, I know from what I understood, it's been about maybe like 4 or 5 years since I read the actual, I don't want to say contract or whatever it is, procedures of it. Like if you work 40 hours, usually if you work 40 hours a week, the job should have some kind of insurance for you anyway. At most of these businesses now, but if you take it under 40 hours, or even at a restaurant, like I'm over the Subway chain. If you take it down to so many hours, they're not guaranteed. They can get the Obamacare. They can only work so many hours. It was something like that. But if they work so many other hours, then the company will be responsible for paying some of it. So a lot of companies they didn't want people to know. Basically, they didn't want the company that's paying basically wouldn't want you to know about it because they had to come out their pocket with something. So they got to.
So if they work you a certain amount of hours, that restaurant would have to cover you. But if they work you a lower, then you be covered under Obamacare.
If they apply for it.
Okay.
If they apply for it.
In a way, I mean that's actually a benefit for the employee, right? That they wouldn't have to.
I mean, yes, it's actually a benefit for the employee if they get so many hours, and then the company will have to pay some of the insurance also. Just like if I worked at the post office before, so they would pay so much, and the post office would pay so much. That's why our insurance was cheap, because the government was actually helping pay the fees of the bill.
All right, give me a rundown opinion on your thought about Obamacare and the repeal and all this going on. What do you feel it has done? Because it's been active for like 7 going on 8 years.
And I'm gonna actually have to read more into it because I have insurance, so I never really had a chance to, like look into it because I already had insurance. But I think a lot of it is cover. I mean, it covers a lot of people, and they basically kind of make you get insurance now, which I think is kind of good. Like a lot of people don't believe that, but I think it's kind of good that they make you get some kind of insurance because you go into the hospital, and then who's going to cover the bill? A lot of people can't afford. A lot of people can't afford to pay $20,000 or $30,000 bill, just for going in the hospital for whatever. So I think it's kind of good. Like even when you file your taxes now, if you don't have insurance, you got to pay. Now, my thing is,
I mean, you get fined for not choosing your own health care, and it would be a great thing if we still got to actually choose the provider. You know, it's made it so much limited in choosing actually who you go with on your insurance. That's what bothers me about it. So have you seen your employees benefit? Like you own, you said you own the subway chain around there. You think it's good for your employees to be covered under Obamacare, or
no, but
do you notice any difference?
Most of our employees, they are covered under Obamacare, but they didn't go through us.
Yeah.
They didn't go through the company they didn't go through the company to do it.
Exactly. So each of y'all
or they on Medicaid or something, some through the system, you know what I mean? So they didn't get covered on that.
Oh, okay. So it really doesn't affect the business, I guess, unless the business is going to be fined for it, for not doing, something. Okay.
Because I heard about this at one time. They was making people sign the paper, and I never heard anything else about it. And basically what they did was they gave a form. There was a form that we had to give each employee. And all we had to do was have the employees sign the paper saying that they got the form. So it was like an option for them, but, they probably didn't read it. But it was an option for them to get the Obamacare.
It really didn't do a lot of anything, basically, right? Just
right.
I think, yeah. A lot of people aren't even aware of where to go and where to access information to, when the deadline was. A lot of that important information, people weren't aware of. I think that's a big problem.
Now, I don't understand how to. Now, one thing I don't understand about the Obamacare is like when you file your taxes and you have Obamacare, they fine you for not having it.
No, I'm going to tell you. I can break that fine.
Well,
Okay, this is what the fine is about. The way they doing it, they try to mix a free market with a universal system, and obviously this don't work. So to cover their tracks, they have to force young people into the system. Because if young people ain't into the system, then the people who have jobs, they're gonna be paying for the free people. So the more people you get into it, you can fund the system. But the problem is, you go up to a 21-year-old who's in good health and never been sick, and tell him to sign up for insurance. He's gonna tell you, F you. Why am I gonna sign up and spend money each month when I'm good and healthy? So he put a tax on you by saying if you don't sign up at the end of the year when you file your income tax, I'm taking that. So it forces a young person to make that choice where, okay, either I pay this fine doing my income tax, or I go ahead and bite the bullet and just go ahead and sign up right now. But this is what a lot of the backlash came from. Because if you're 21 and you're not sick and you don't want to get on no insurance, how can a government force me to pay that fine? So that's what the conservative position is saying it's government ran because it's a mandate forcing you to do something.
Right.
And nobody has. And then the Obamacare, the premiums, they increased. It was like an average of 25% for people to purchase insurance. And, it makes it hard on the working.
Look, they gotta raise some premiums. If the young people is not coming in to fund it, then they have no pool. So they gotta raise the premium anytime.
The government's trying to provide for everyone, and the working person out there working very hard to provide for their family, that's purchasing these insurance plans. I'm telling you, these insurance plans are very, very expensive, especially if you get the family plan. And you're raising that by 25%. To me, that's unfair, and that's why it needs to be a free marketplace. We need to be able to go out and choose. It creates. The government just should not be really in complete control of something like that.
If they want to do anything, they could do it like Canada. Nobody pays insurance. Everybody's taken care of, no matter what.
You know what, Damo? That's what I was trying to say. Either you be free market or you just go universal. Everybody's free, or you do a free market or just go straight universal. You can't do both. You can't try to mix it.
Actually, Obamacare, as long as you made it where it was free market, everybody could go out and choose their own provider. I like a lot of the different parts of it. Yes, I'm conservative, but there's a lot of different things if you'll read through there that are very positive for people. But there's also things that are very negative, and it would cost so much money. I'm not even sure how it's still afloat right now. I'm not sure. It seems like it's a disaster. I mean, it really does. The government's trying to control it. Nobody's agreeing on it. This is something we're going to have to hand to people who were, and make the, be able to make those decisions on their own health care. A lot of people had to switch the doctor. They were promised, oh, you'll get to keep the doctor, and then they find out, oh, I can't see the doctor anymore. Here's 2 in the entire West Tennessee area that I could see. That's completely unfair. So you have to make it a little bit rounded out for everyone. I mean, I feel anyway. There are good things too.
And I think just like Gabby's saying, it's always something good and bad. It's always something good and bad about it.
To work together. People have good ideas and bad ideas on both sides. I mean, they really, really do. But when you have people that are unwilling to work together or really even listen to any kind of suggestions, especially from the president, that's concerning. He's in office because so many of us, we the people, elected him. So I think it's at least time for everybody to kind of unite and try to work together because they're all in charge. I mean, I guarantee you they're going to be able to afford to go to the doctor.
Exactly.
We need to make sure they're working together for all of the American people and so they can have access to health care. Because right now, it's just like they're all bickering and arguing. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, it is.
Just to be debating, just to be on the opposite of what you want.
Yeah, well, so you don't think it's ridiculous how everybody's acting?
Oh yeah, no, I was just saying it's just some people out here they just enemies for no reason. I mean, it's like I don't want to do it just because I don't like you. I know no reason at all. And I think that's what was going on a lot with the Obamacare. They don't want to do it just because they didn't like him. So
okay.
I didn't.
Okay.
Well, and that's opinion, just like gender identity things that are going on right now. What's your opinion on that? There's a lot of discussion, bathroom topics, different things about gender identity. Do you think it should be determined like just by your brain, or do you think it
Why you keep
should
saying
be
that?
determined by your reproductive? I mean,
you just make that up yourself. You keep saying the brain.
No.
This is my whole thing. This is my whole thing about the.
You can look it up. There are people fighting to make that change. I mean, right now, how do you think somebody decides that they're female? I mean, they just say that they've decided that. So, of course, that would be decided by their brain and not what they were born with.
Right.
So, I mean,
and it should be decided what they're born with. Because my whole thing with that is, I mean, we came up with different scenarios. It was like, okay, just say I want to see some, women in the bathroom one day. And I decide, like, okay, you know what? I'm going to just see if any stalls open today. I'm going to act like I'm going to walk in there. Like I'm a female. Now, I'm feeling feminine today. I'm going to walk in some of these stalls and see what women, you know what I mean? What women forgot to lock their doors. And I'm like, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I'll be like, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, So, and then.
I'm going to kind of play the devil advocate with this. Because,
they don't understand those things happen. They don't see it like that. And that's
I'm going to play the devil advocate with this. What happens is if a dude, Damo, are you comfortable with a dude who, he wears panties, wears bras, he wears a dress, he identifies as a woman? Are you comfortable with him coming into the bathroom next beside your stall?
Come on, in the men's room?
Yes, this is a dude he identifies as a woman.
He a man,
wears panties and bras.
I wouldn't even care as long as it's a man. You know what I mean? So,
this is why I got a disagreement with it. If you wear panties and bra, I really don't want to see you in the boys' bathroom. That's kind of like where I don't know.
Okay.
I have a different opinion about that.
Okay, let me tell you this. I'm gonna put it to you like this then. Okay, just say you're out with your daughter. Now, would you rather for him to come in the bathroom where you're at, or would you rather him to walk in the bathroom where your daughter's at?
But see, I wouldn't know, because I wouldn't lift up. I'm not going to lift up his skirt, so I wouldn't know. I'm just saying it affects my. It's like, I don't know, man. I can't be in the bathroom and just see a dude come in with a dress like that makes me uncomfortable.
You know, the bathroom
I wouldn't be uncomfortable unless he approached me in the wrong way.
Yeah.
You know, that's just me. Now, another thing about the restroom thing is you have pedophiles out here, and just say they're sitting there watching kids going to the restroom, and all of a sudden now he wants to go in there.
Yep.
So now people don't think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of pedophiles will take that and use it. They will use that to their advantage.
Right. Exactly. And see, and I'm gonna tell you, like I tell people, because they don't care about those things because they don't have to deal with those kind of situations. The public does. Nobody's gonna. If I'm the president, who else is gonna walk in the bathroom with my daughter? I got security. Or who's gonna? If I'm the congressman, who's gonna walk in the bathroom with my kids? Nobody, because they don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. We do.
Exactly.
We do. If my daughter's in the bathroom, and I don't know if this guy's a pedophile. He might be dressed. He might be in the dress, but he's a pedophile, and he come in the bathroom. I'm gonna be ready to hurt him. Hey man, what you doing? Oh, I'm feeling feminine today. Well, I'm going to make you feel like a man. I'm going to knock your head off if you go in there with my daughter. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, so.
And I'm all about individual rights, but not when they impede on everyone else's. I mean, you can't take a minority of people and say, we want to make sure that your rights are protected, absolutely, whatever you want to identify with, whatever you want to do, and let it affect the actual majority of other people. I mean, it just doesn't seem... it really doesn't. Well, what do you think about the transgender boy who won the girls wrestling championship in Texas? Now, he took out every single female and went on to win the championship. He was born a male, but he competed.
I'm against that.
They let him compete, because all it matters is
because he still has the strength of a man. I don't care. He still has the strength of a man. Even the skinny little bitty man has strength, and can take and probably can pick up a big woman. You know what I mean?
You're right.
So,
You're right.
You can't.
I'm surprised they even let him compete.
What other choice do they have when they're telling people all you have to do is mark down which one you are? She was also taking testosterone. I mean, maybe I don't know much about testosterone, but it would seem to me that might give you a little competitive edge, would it not? On top of him being a male, taking the testosterone.
Right.
I guess what he was taking, for his hormone treatment, whatever, I'm sure. But, I mean, it seems like it would give you an edge. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it did.
And we're going to see a lot of this. How many guys do you know that might think, well, I'd never win a single one? Well, I tell you what, I bet I'd win the whole thing if, I went to the girls' side. I mean, maybe not me, but somebody's going to do it. Somebody will watch and see how many people are doing it.
Y'all exaggerate. You take it a little bit too far.
Get back and wait.
No, did they know? And they knew that this was a guy. At the beginning.
Know that he's transitioning to a female, technically, because he's receiving the hormone treatments, and he marks down that he is a female. So technically, under the rules of a lot of different states now, he is considered to be a female. So what do you do about it? There's really nothing you can do. And that's why you have to be very careful about changing things. Like the bathroom issues, the gender identity, because you're going to run into 100,000 other problems after you deal with that one. And this is one. Like, I know a lot of the women, they're for, all this. They're like, oh, just if the guys want to do it, that is something that's going to hurt women. I mean, come on, ladies. Do you want to be competing with men in different? I hope not.
And why would the guy want to go in the women's bathroom anyway? We always have more stalls.
Yeah, but our bathrooms are cleaner.
Now, Trump been in office going on 2 months now, and as you could tell, if you watch any type of news, he has rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. My question to you, Damo, what was all these people during the election? Because when during the election, I don't remember seeing all these people, but now it's like they in the streets, they can't stand them, they hate. Like, where was they? Where was they at?
You know what? People don't get together unless some starts affecting them. Okay. And then I'll tell you, the whole thing was a lot of people probably didn't think he was going to get in there.
Oh, they think
I was campaigning hard for him, and I'm not going to lie about that. I voted for him, but I never in a million years. I went to bed that night, and I hate to admit this, but I just went to bed because I just figured Hillary would win it, and I just dreaded. I thought, I don't even want to be up to see this. I woke up that morning, and I'm telling you, Speedy went off. I was like, woo! It was.
And I actually thought Hillary was going to win because Obama was behind her. Because Obama just won his race like it was nothing. So with him being behind her, I thought that's what I thought was going to be that extra boost that she needed. But when you didn't win in your own state, now that's an issue.
Didn't this election prove that the candidate matters? It ain't about demographics. People kept on saying all the blacks and Hispanics, nobody voted Republican. And if you ever see me on Facebook, I've been saying it from day one. I said the woman, there's something about the woman where it rubs people the wrong. She's a turnoff. And I stated, you've been on my Facebook page, Damo, so I was beating the horn 3 years before anybody jumped on me. I was like, when she talks, she's full of crap. And it's just like she turned off, and she turned off so many voters because, and it just shows you that the candidate matters. And I think if they would have put old Bernie in there, Bernie would have took it all the way home.
Oh,
this is the whole. Let me tell you, this is society today, though. Society today is all about drama, and that's what Trump brought. He brought drama. You hear him talk about one thing, he'll say, "Okay, I don't like red cards." Okay, yes, I do like red cards. You know what I mean? So it's like, what?
But what politicians all do that. I mean, I'm serious.
Right, I know, but it was just more with him.
He's been in office 70 days, and I'm working my list off, and I mean, he's kicking ass and taking names. I am not even kidding. I really have went through my checklist, and I am surprised he's actually doing. I can't understand why the American people wouldn't be like, hey, we have a president that's doing what he promised during the election before he was voted in.
I can tell you, I'm gonna tell you a lot why a lot of people just against him. It's his tone. It's the man's tone. Not only is his tone. Not only is his tone. The man can't tell the truth for a second, man. He exaggerates about everything.
He really hasn't. I mean, I haven't called. I can't see anything that he's actually lied about. I can't see anything he said or done that's actually racist. I can't. I really have been trying to look into these things. Constantly ask these questions, and then I've also been.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I've been accused of, since I didn't vote for Hillary, that I don't even. I'm not even. I'm not pro-woman. And to me, it's about who is seriously, who's the qualified candidate. I don't care about Trump's tone.
Exactly.
I don't really care about what he did 15 years ago. I mean, I think we've all had a past. What I care about is that he's going to, try to protect this country and keep us safe, and that he had enough money to do whatever he wanted, and he chose to not take a salary and to come into all this ridicule and constant criticism. That tells me something. And if it doesn't other people, that's fine. We all have our opinions. But I just can't find anything that he's really done for anybody to be upset about. So I hope somebody will call in tonight and tell me.
Well, let me chime in and give you my little opinion on that, because I supported him too, because I really didn't like Hillary Clinton, because I mean, you could just go back to the 90s. She was just she's like a retread of Bill Clinton. And I didn't really like that Black Predator thing she said either. But when he got in office, he mainly did the opposite of everything he said he was going to do. He said he was going to drain the swamp. He brought in all these billionaires. Then it's like every day is something that he's lying more about this Russian stuff. I'm just getting tired of like I didn't vote for that. I didn't vote to wake up every day and catch him in a lie. I thought he was going to, go around kicking people's ass, making America great again. I didn't vote to hear
but the media
every day they catch him in a lie.
Called him in one. The Russian
did you
stuff,
okay? Did you watch? Was you watching today? They just called him in another lie about the two White House gave Nunes the drop. Did you read about that?
I did, but a lot of those are opinion things, and they have not proven anything. They will say Trump said this, and it has not been proven, and then a week later, we're all going to be sitting here listening. Yeah, it'll be proven. He's too intelligent to put out stuff that is not true. I mean,
Damo, what's your position on this Trump hate? Do you understand?
And I was just going to say, like a lot of people say, "What are your thoughts on this?" I said, you know what? For right now, that's what he's done. Nothing that has affected me. You know what I mean? That's how I was looking at it. I said, what has Obama done? I mean, even what have they done that has affected me right now? And that's how I kind of look at it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm not a millionaire. You know what I mean? I was like, the taxes, they increase taxes. I mean, if they do, it's not going to be that much for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what have they done to? What has any of them done to affect me? And that's my whole thing. And I listen. I love the debates and all of that kind of stuff, the things that they talk about, and I love what some of them doing for the country. Some things, even with Trump, some things I like he's gonna do, some things I don't. That's with everybody. Yeah. So I was like, if he get in there and do some of the things that he said he was gonna do that I like, I'd be okay. If he do some of the things that I know he don't like, I'm okay. Because that's what all of them do. Obama did some stuff I didn't like. He did. You know what I mean? He did some stuff I like.
You'll benefit from the tax breaks. You would benefit greatly from the tax breaks in his plan. Like if people would look at some of this stuff, I think they'd be like, "Oh wait, this has got some great stuff in Trump care." Like it's like people don't even want to look into what anything actually involves. But the media has a lot to do with that. To do with the divide in this country. They report things and get people angry at both sides, and nobody even knows if any of it's true or what really happened.
And that's the whole thing.
Well, hold on, y'all. Hold on for 1 second. We got a call. We finna.
Okay, go ahead. These days, people don't research.
Hello, 330. Hello?
Yeah. Yo, what's up, man? This is Problematic. I was calling in, chiming in. I was listening on your radio here. Wanted to say something here about that. I didn't know the lady's name because I didn't catch it, but she did have a point there when she said that. Huh?
I said Betsy Ross.
Oh, Betsy Ross? Okay. Yeah, she had a point when she said the media intensifies stuff and amplifies stuff. But I've been doing a little bit of research, and I noticed that a lot of the people, especially on social media, a lot of the little posts, the little hatred posts that are getting posted, they're not even being posted by American citizens. They're actually being posted by fake pages and people from Thailand, places that that ain't even America. It's just that they're trapping all these Americans right into the comment, just bringing the hatred and stupidness out of them. I just don't get it,
Right.
But yeah.
So you said it's more of a media that's pushing that narrative.
Well,
yeah.
What's your name? My bad. That's so rude. I didn't get your name. What's your name?
Me?
He said, yeah. What's your name?
Yeah.
You can just say your first name.
My name's Problematic.
All right.
Problematic. So how do you
What's
think
up, Problematic? That's one of my favorite friends.
Do you think he's doing a good job in office, Trump? What's your take on how he's doing? You approve?
I think the problem is that all the attention, we got so many other problems right now that are going on.
Right.
And every little bit of attention is going to Trump. Like, there's all this other stuff going on. You got kids still dying from heroin overdoses. You got, all this other stuff going on. You got this country, Russia spying in. You got these people over here, North Korea talking about shooting off a missile and all this crap. But we're focused on Trump, and the FBI and the CIA is focused on Trump. So I really don't care how good of a job he's doing and what he's doing. All I see is that he is actually distracting everybody from the real problems.
But how is
you don't believe that he does? He's bringing some of that on himself.
What did you say? I don't believe that he's bringing some.
I said, you don't believe that he's bringing some of that attention on himself by the way he's acting?
Yeah, he's doing it on purpose. Of course, he wants to bring attention to himself. Like it's supposed to be like that.
But how? By tweeting? Because he can't trust the media. He's got to do that. He's trying to inform the American.
He doesn't have to tweet. He doesn't even tweet. Do you think that's Donald Trump tweeting? That's Donald Trump sitting there on a cell phone?
I think that's
probably.
I really do think that's
probably. I absolutely.
Not Donald Trump.
That's what they have to say, I think.
But I really, you know what? I'm gonna kind of go against you on that. That's his Twitter, because the way he acts is the same thing that's tweeted out. You know what I mean? So I can't say, you know what I mean? There's no difference. There's no different person there. It'd be different if it was a different tweet than what he's saying. Then I could be like, okay, that might not be him. But he's actually, the stuff he tweets is actually things that come out of his mouth.
Yeah, that's Donald Trump is a character. He's a character. Donald Trump is a character. Donald Trump isn't like that. Donald Trump's a family man. Donald Trump has a wife. Donald Trump has his kids. Donald Trump cares about him and his family. This Donald Trump that you guys see is a character, and they're just using him for their agenda. That's all. And if you guys can't see it, you can't see it. I mean, what am I supposed to do about it, you know?
But, I mean, I just wonder why people would think that about him. Everybody has that opinion. He only cares about himself. Why isn't he sitting on a private island with his family, sipping mimosas? I mean, if he only cares about himself, I don't see why he would do this. Because
he's the best actor. Because he's the best actor. He's the best actor that they could get to play the role that they need played. And that's really all it boils down to.
I think he's too real. I think he's too real. And I think he's real, and I don't think we're used to seeing him real.
What if he said that was so real?
Yeah, exactly. What have you said that was so real?
What has he said that hadn't been? He is informing us of things he doesn't have to. You think he has to tweet? Really, what president would care enough to tweet out something to the American public? None. They would be sitting, doing whatever that they were doing, not worried about stuff like that. He is trying to inform all of the people of what's
what
really
have he
going
said,
on.
though? What have he said? I'll just challenge you. What have he said that, there was some real stuff that just really put you up on it? What have he said?
He misspoke about Obama wiretapping him. That's kind of showing his age. Oh, hey, Obama, he was doing surveillance on him.
Okay.
That's a little different, but what makes that right? Why would a sit-up president? He was a lamed-up president. He should just be sitting there doing almost nothing, waiting to go like they all do. Why would he be worried? Why would he be worried about Donald Trump, the president-elect? Why would he be doing anything to interfere with that? You know what, Nixon just walked ahead. He had to leave the presidency for a 15-minute tape phone call. Why is it okay for Obama to do what he did? I don't know. I really don't. I don't see why some people think things are okay and others aren't.
Well, this is the thing about that,
I just wish he wouldn't respond to everything somebody said about him. You know what I mean? That's the only thing about that I don't like. You don't have to respond to everything. You know, because it's more focused. As a president, you should be more focused on the issues at hand than somebody said something about you. That's my only issue with. That's my only issue with him as the president right now. Like, I don't feed into people going back and forth. I don't feed into the back and forth thing. You know, and I do media sometimes. Of course, I want the hit, but I'm gonna look up the facts. You know, and see what's going on. You know, like they said, like people were saying, oh yeah, Snoop Dogg pointed a gun at
I heard about
Donald Trump in the video, which was, I mean, but so
what do you think?
When I first heard it, they made it seem like he just, you know, like, but it was but I got, when I watched the video, I actually got the video. You know what I mean? What he's talking about. You know, so people don't read it, people don't look into things like that. They just take a little clip of it. Snoop Dogg pointed the gun at
hey, Damo, I gotta challenge you. I gotta challenge you on that, because I'm gonna be honest with you. If any white person was to make a video about Obama and dress him up in a clown suit and point a gun at him in a rap video, that white person would have been all over the news, racist. He would have been fired.
That's a good point right there.
That's a double standard. And we gotta be honest. We gotta be honest with it. That's a double standard.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's agenda.
But Snoop Dogg did it. But I mean, still, Snoop Dogg did it. Okay, that's what I'm saying. They blew up about it, but I don't think Obama would have responded to it. Even if it was somebody,
yeah.
If it was somebody with a big name, I still don't think he would have responded to it.
Yeah, that's
he wouldn't have to
as a president, you don't have to respond. But do you know how much stuff that we didn't see about Obama? The threats, you know what I mean? What they were doing, nooses, you know what I'm saying? So we don't see that. You know, but it's out there. But Obama's not going. He didn't respond to it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We accepted when Obama was president, at least after 70 days. There's always going to be some kind of hate groups, or
right. But I don't knock that. It's just Trump responding. You know what I mean? You don't have to respond to everything. You got millions of people out here that don't like you. You know, you don't have to respond. You got a lot of people in the hip hop industry. They don't like you. You don't have to respond. You're the president of the United States. Who cares? Do your job. Everybody's not going to like what you do, but everybody's not going to like what you do.
Yeah, and we don't have to. We're making decisions for a reason. We're not. You know, he's able to make those decisions, and that's why I think it's better for us all to trust him and hope that he does well instead of hoping that he fails, because, I mean, we are in this country.
And that's all I ask. That's all I be like, I just hope he do good as the president for the country.
Yeah.
And I just say, we'll see.
That's the thing, though. He's not gonna do good for the country, because the country is the people that are in the country, and right now the country is in disarray. You got people that are going against each other. You got people. I mean, it's all racism being promoted on a whole new level when we should have moved past that. It doesn't matter. It's just not going to happen. We as the people have to do better.
Racism is never going to end.
That racism. Do you think Obama because when he got elected, it's like it really came out. Do you think it's always been there and it shot out when he got elected, or Obama caused that? What is racism is never going to end. No, it's at a high level though. Right now, it's at a high level.
Well, not as long as we keep perpetuating. I mean, really, we're promoting this. We're promoting a divide. Exactly. When we keep angry like this at each other, I mean, it just keeps it going. It makes it grow, and I think it actually works to these politicians' benefit. I mean, if you think about it, you know, a lot of times all these politicians care about somebody is every 4 years. You get what I'm saying? That's about the only time they really care about a lot of people's opinion, or, you know, they want that vote, and that's about it.
Right.
You know? So your solution is just to ignore it, to ignore all the racism? That's your solution?
But what's your solution? There is no solution.
You talking to me?
No, I'm talking to everybody. If you're going to sit here and you're not going to ignore
I was talking about Lamont. I thought he was talking to me.
Oh, Oh yeah, like I'm saying, if you're gonna sit here and hear,
go ahead.
Oh no, Lamont, let him finish.
I was going to say, if you're going to sit here and encourage the racism, then of course it's going to get here. Like I seen a Kodak Black video the other day. The song isn't even about racism, but it's like the whole video. You got this white man that says "Make America Hate Again." You got Kodak Black standing next to a cross burning, dancing. Like they're promoting it, and and they want it in your head. And then a black dude beating up the white dude at the end, like and just going crazy the whole time. They're promoting this stuff. And it's got to be stopped. Right. It's got to be stopped. And if it's not stopped, then it's not going to get better. But the thing is, the people that got the money, the people that in charge, they wanted it to be like this. Sorry, that's why it's like this.
Yes.
And the people that are doing it, the normal people like me, you, other people on this phone, we care, but other people that are on Facebook, that are your friends, they don't care about this stuff. And it's not wrong of them to not care either, because it's their natural instinct to live, raise your family, and do that. You don't think about all this extra stuff that could actually be happening. So when this happens, it's like, oh my God, what do we do?
Well, a lot of Americans are behind these picket little fences. They have their nice little families. They, do the same schedule every single day, structured. They do not really understand the dangers that we face. I think some people do because they've experienced different things in life, and they have actually gotten out to see how bad it is. I think that's why that a lot of people, they're having an easier time infiltrating into the West because look. I'm not meaning it rude, but a lot of people are ignorant, to actually what all the stuff is, the terrorism, Islam. A lot of the women, the feminists, I'll see them like fighting for Sharia law, and I'm like, wait, those women have almost no rights, So I think a lot of people are just confused if they, and I don't mean that mean. I just think if a lot of people sat down and looked it up and thought, okay, let's look at Sharia law. Would we like it here in the city? Okay, we could be taken out in the street. I think if they looked at it, they'd say, oh, this is a bad idea. But instead, they just watch things. They look at Facebook. They see something in the media, and they're teaching their kids how to pray immediately that night. That's just kind of the society we live in. It's the, whatever's trending at the moment.
This is your problem because you're starting to cross into this is a freedom of religion country. And when you start telling religions nitpicking, you can't do that. It's either freedom of religion. If it's freedom of religion, you accept the religion and all that crazy stuff with it. So it's kind of hard to take one religion and start to nitpick. Because you can do that to everybody. You can go to Catholics and be like, I don't like, I think they do something with the crosses or something. You can go to, every religion got a nitpick that you can like really nitpick at. So you just can't, you get it like you cross that third rail where you just pick one religion and one little tablet of them and start to nitpick because you can do that to everybody.
Yes, you're right. You're right. And there's actually a bill, I can't think of what it's called, but I think that's why a lot of the judges in the court system are having a problem, enforcing anything against it because it's protected. And a lot of places here are, I wouldn't say a lot in, the United States, but several different cities have went ahead and said that was okay. And I'm just shocked by that. But I guess they really have no choice, like you just said. How are they going to deny one religion and not another? But then that comes in, are you going to allow things that, are you going to punish them? They had a couple whose baby, they took it to a doctor and had the female, genital mutilation. And that's something that I would ever think in America would ever happen, and they face no charges because they were protected under Sharia law. And that is very disturbing that can happen here. That's scary.
Can somebody break down Sharia law for me? Because I'm kind of uneducated right now. Can somebody break that down for me?
Oh, it can be a lot of different people can. Let me give you some examples. Like traditional Muslims, like that, follow the Quran, it can be different. I know a lot of people say, well, that's not, that's just what radical people do, or they don't all do this. But basically, anybody can be punished any way they, deem necessary if they're doing something that they don't, like, a woman. If it doesn't even, I don't think, have to be proven, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, if she cheats on her husband under Sharia law, she's taken and stoned to death. different things
Oh,
could
yeah, I
happen,
know.
you know. Yeah, right there, you know, in front of everyone. I know that they definitely do not allow any kind of homosexual, you know, that none at all, and that's what confuses me, because if they're not accepting of those things and it's punishable by death, why would anybody that believed in individual human rights want that here?
Right.
But I mean, there's a lot of different ways to. I mean, I hate to summarize it because I mean I haven't studied it enough. I do know that. I mean, it's definitely something that Americans probably would not be comfortable with, and that's why they need to research it a little bit better before they,
All right,
you know, beg for everyone to have it.
Hey, let's stop beating around the bush. Who do y'all support the Trump, like just the flat out ban all of them from Syria, all of them just ban them? Where y'all fall on that?
What talking about ban Muslims?
Out every you cut a little bit. I think I am too.
Wait, hold on 1 second. We got another call coming in. Hello, caller 314.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah,
This is Brandon Lambert.
All right, Brandon. Hey, we got you there. We go ahead.
Oh no, man, I'm just calling in. What's up, Lamont? You told me to call in, bro.
Yeah. You want to jump in on this Muslim ban? We've been talking about Sharia law, and we got a lot of questions and problems with it. What do you follow on this Muslim? Should they just be like Trump, just flat out ban them from Syria, Iraq, just all of them, just to get rid of the problem, just ban them completely?
Well, man, I mean, here's the thing, man. Y'all know we all went to high school in Tennessee. I went to high school with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all live in Tennessee, man. Here, look at y'all's neighbors to the east. How's that working out for North Carolina? Because let's keep it real. There is Sharia law in America, and it comes from the Baptist Church. All right. You want to see? Hey, yeah, 100%. Now, time out. Let me finish though. Let me explain. Because here's what you got, man. What you got is government in North Carolina that has turned into a theocracy where they tried to strip their rivals in government of power when they were elected into power. The Republicans tried to take the Democratic governor's power away after he was duly elected by his citizens. These same Republicans passed his bathroom law in North Carolina. That law cost that state $4 billion because some men are so insecure with their own manhood they can't even accept the fact that there are trans people in the world and that trans people are people too and deserve the same rights as every other human. Now, to get to your point about should they just ban Muslims from Iraq, Iran, all this stuff, I mean, here's the thing about that. That's where they're from, dude. Islam is from the Middle East the same way Christianity is from the Middle East, the same way Judaism is from the Middle East. This is where the three major religions in the world come from historically. It is where they were founded. It's where their founders lived and made their empires. Now, I say empire because religions are empires. It's what they are. Now, you want to talk about Sharia law, man? I mean, you know, do I agree with Saudi Arabia? Do I agree that gay people have their head cut off in public in Saudi Arabia? No, I don't agree with it. Do I believe it's cool that they get to do it in their own country and that we don't allow it in America? I also believe that's cool. Now, to think that Sharia law in any way constitutes the entirety of Islam, though, is just as ridiculous to think that these crazy Baptists trying to strip all my gay and transgender brothers and sisters of their rights have anything to do with what I teach in my Sunday school classes at the Episcopalian Church, where real Christianity is taught.
I got a question for you. I got a question because you came in late. Do you believe a gender should be chosen by your brain or should be chosen your genitalia that you was born with? How do you think your gender should be chosen? I'm going to hit you with this, Lamont. First off, there are many cultures throughout history, Asian cultures, Native American cultures, even the Cherokee and the Navajo, many cultures throughout history have recognized that there are many different genders, that there can be, the Cherokee, I believe it was, for example, believed that there were he-he's, he-she's, she-she's, neutrals.
Like, they had 6 different gender pronouns in their language because they recognized that human beings are very complex. And when you start boxing them in, you start having problems because you're robbing every human of their humanity, and God is in all of us, including your transgender friends, including your gay friends. God's in them too.
So you have no problem with a man at the age of 25 getting up and saying, I identify.
None whatsoever. None whatsoever, because I'm a grown man who's secure in his own life. It doesn't bother me at all, man. It bothers me on no level because number one, what if you thought about it this way? It's not crazy. Think about it this way, man. What if you just looked at it this way? What if that penis was just a birth defect and that lady just happened to be born with a penis, so she's just finally getting that taken care of? We've got to start realizing the science behind it as well, man. Your genitalia in no way 100% make up your sexual identity. You can still have a mostly female hormonal balance in your body and still have a penis,
bro. In the world that you describe it like that means anybody at any time can be a gender of their choice. That's not stable. You can't No. You're purposefully not grasping the whole concept I'm putting forward, if that's what you think, or you're just not grasping the concept, man. Because what you're saying is this is some choice people are making willy-nilly, that they're getting to make this choice. I would assume, if I'm wrong, correct me, I would also assume that you think that gay people can choose to be straight too, which is also incorrect. Here's the thing about it, man. Some women are born as men and some men are born as women, speaking strictly biologically. Like, yes, there are women who are born with penises and scrotums and their soul is in the wrong physical body. Does that mean God made a mistake? No, it means that's the complex nature in which God creates his people.
I get up in the morning and I feel
what facts are you talking about? You got anything to back that up?
That's ridiculous. What you're saying is a ridiculous statement. The reason it sounds insane is because you're saying it in an insane way. You're assuming, again, you're saying it's a choice. It's not a choice. You're saying that gay is a choice. You're saying that transgender is a choice. These people don't wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm a motherfucking woman. Fuck this dick. Wu-Tang. Boom, and it's gone. That's not what they're saying, man. These are people. First off, let's recognize this. These are people. Let's start there. These are people. Okay? Let's just start there. At least we can all agree these are people, right? These are human beings.
But they don't have a
Cool. All right. So here's the thing. If you cannot, listen. This is what's going to really hurt your feelings. If you can't expand your own mind to grasp the concept that this is not a choice these people are making. Like you just said, well, what if I woke up one day and I said, I'm a man? Well, bitch, then you acting. That's acting. I can wake up and say, I want to act like a woman today. That does not make me trans. That is someone drawing a false equivalency between a personal
How do you
exactly. Transgender people are transgender people, man. Like, if I just wake up and decide I want to wear a dress today, that doesn't make me transgender.
But you can say that. That's all you have to say now. Hey, I feel like that I'm identifying as a male. I could say that. I could mark that on my paperwork, and bam, that's what it would be. That's my problem. How do you separate the people who truly feel this in their heart, who have felt, who have identified more with the opposite sex their entire life? How do you separate those from the people who are doing it for their own benefits or gains? How do you separate those?
Yeah, that's
I don't even know. I mean, again, that's a red herring of an argument. I'm not even going to address that. That's a red herring of an argument and a false equivalency, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's someone who does not want to let go of their pearls. You're clutching your pearls, honey. Let go of the pearls. Let go of the pearls. Just because
you're saying that there are
someone.
Okay, so you're saying that so you're saying that nobody's out here.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Go ahead, Betsy.
Wait, hold on. Caller 731. Who is this? 731.
Hello.
So you're saying that there's nobody out here that's just saying, okay, I want to benefit from being gay today.
Damo, hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
Wait, hold on, Damo. Who is this caller 731? Say your name.
Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
Say your name. Who's this?
Oh, it's Big Red. Hello? Big Red.
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh, yeah. Hey, thanks for joining the conversation. Go ahead, Damo. We're going to get you in on this.
Okay, this is my thing. So I see what you saying. I see you kind of looking you looking into a deep. What's the guy's name that was talking from 314?
Yeah.
You looking into it deep. I see what I get your point. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. Where some people like they just decide, they want.
No.
Mute him out because he can't hear us.
Hello.
Yeah, but I think we're talking about the people. We're talking about the people that's just.
I'm hip to that. No, I understand what y'all are saying. I get what y'all are saying. Y'all are like, oh man, the men are going to dress up like women now, and they're just going to go into the women's restroom.
No, not that. It's saying like, okay, just say some people use it to their benefit, and I'm saying like people like a pedophile.
Who? Okay, so are these people? So time out. Are these people hanging out with all the people who committed voter fraud? Because I'm trying to find out who these people are. The only people I have ever seen reports of getting caught trying to make this work for their benefit are right-wing nuts trying to prove anything and dressing up in dresses and going causing problems. People who aren't trans. So again, I don't find that even to be a legit question because that isn't happening. This is that same argument about voter fraud. What are we going to do about the voter fraud? There is no voter fraud. What are we going to do about men dressing up in dresses and taking advantage of this? There's no one doing that. You're just trying to bring up possible scenarios that could be an issue for someone that you think could be an issue for.
How do you know?
Because, bro, you would know. Would you not think, especially in Tennessee? Because where's the stories, bro? Where in Tennessee are the stories? I'm not talking about Breitbart. I'm not talking about fake news like right-wing, made-up stories, bro. I'm talking about where is it happening? Bring me one actual report of some man dressed up in his dress and raping a child in a bathroom, bro, and I'll give you $5.
No. I'm not saying
it ain't happening.
A pedophile doesn't have to rape a child. He can get off on looking.
Okay, cool, man. Are you saying all transgender people are pedophiles? What kind of line are you trying to draw here, man? Because if you're trying to draw a line between transgender and pedophiles, you're drawing the wrong line, bro.
You're looking too deep into it, man. I'm saying that by them letting them whatever they feel like today, they can use whatever restroom they want.
Again, see right there, you got to stop because that's wrong. Right there, that whatever they feel like today, again, that is just an ignorant mindset. It's not whatever they feel like today. It's who they have been since they were born.
That's not an ignorant mindset.
Period. It's absolutely an ignorant mindset. It's not even entertainable. It's so ridiculous. I mean, it's laughable. It's laughable.
Okay, I want to ask him about the wrestler. Okay, there was a transgender boy. He won the girls' wrestling championship in Texas, February 27th of this year.
Yeah, because Texas wouldn't let him wrestle with boys. Well, I know that he petitioned. Okay, time out. Yeah, no, okay. Stop talking and get served, lady. Get served. So listen up because I'm going to hit you with this. I read about that, too. I got info. They did not let him wrestle the boys. He tried to wrestle the boys. You know who didn't trip off of it? The girls he wrestled. When you read the interviews of the girls that he wrestled, they all said, yeah, we know they won't let him wrestle the boys. I know I'm not going to beat him, but I know I'm going to do my best. And his competitors didn't blame him. If the children can see through it and you can't, how are children wiser than you? You grown. Come on. Come on.
Right.
Look,
hey man, you know what's not right? You are refusing to grasp the entirety of the situation so that you can clutch on to what you want to hate against. That's what's disgusting. Because let me tell you, this young boy wanted to wrestle boys. The state of Texas would not let him wrestle boys. His parents, the school, the school district.
Did you read that? That was the reason. It wasn't that they wouldn't just let him. He put down on the
young
piece
lady.
of paper
No,
he was
honey.
a girl.
No, honey.
Okay,
I'm sorry. You can't pull no wool over my eyes,
now.
honey. That's not going to happen today. Let me tell you what's going to happen today. I'm going to tell you the truth.
Prove me wrong.
Him, his family, and everyone petitioned that he be allowed to wrestle the boys because he is a boy. Period. He is a boy. He is a boy. They would not let him wrestle the boys. They forced him to wrestle the girls. So if you want to blame that boy or that family, you're a fucked up prejudiced person, period. I mean, you're just a brutal person. You know what I'm saying? I'll pray for your soul. These are human beings. with more complex situations going on than you're willing to grasp.
You're telling me that
your
that's
hatred
fair.
of them
That's
is
fair.
just.
I'm not hating.
You're absolutely hating. You're absolutely hating.
Nobody's hating on
You're
them.
not.
Nobody.
Because you're not.
Nobody,
You are ignoring in every way
hating.
Tails. No, you have to understand that you are. You have to understand that you are, and you have to understand the ways you are. Because until people like you can accept trans people and their situations and their struggles, do you know how embarrassing it is for that young boy to have to wrestle girls? He doesn't like it. He doesn't do it so he'll win. He wanted to wrestle the boys. They would not let him because people in Texas are so backwards, that they can't accept the fact that this is a boy. So they forced a boy to wrestle the girls. Well, of course he won. He's a boy.
Being backwards, you can't call somebody backwards because they require a boy to recognize himself as a boy.
It seems to me what y'all's problem is that you guys don't even understand what transgender is, and until you can do that, your opinions aren't valid to the discussion because you're just hating. You're just being divisive. You're just being derogatory, and you're just trying to. Man, look at it this way. Hold on.
Yeah, let anybody get a point.
I mean, I just can't even.
I just can't. You got to let somebody else talk, man.
Everybody,
but I mean, it's just mind-numbing, bro. It's mind-numbing to hear this vitriol, this hatred spit at transgender people, man. Like, the lack of want to understand is what bothers me.
Okay,
I'm going to say that, and then I'm going to leave it. The lack of want to understand.
Now, go ahead, Bessie. Go ahead and reply.
What'd you say? I could not hear him.
Go ahead and reply.
Well, I mean, we're almost out of time now, but seriously,
But I don't understand why. Go ahead.
Finish it. I just want to know from his opinion, do you think that it's fair? Because now somebody else has done it in volleyball. I wasn't even going to touch on that. Again, stop.
What you just said is false.
Hold on.
They aren't doing it.
Caller 731, are you on? Caller 731, are you on? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, who is this?
Yes, this is B-Rad.
Okay,
All right, you've been listening to the conversation, man. We want to get your opinion in on this. What you think about it?
Do you think it's okay?
I have to agree with Betty.
Why?
Hello?
I mean, do you
Say that again?
Do what now?
Why?
I have
Why
to
do you
agree with Betty.
On what particular topic? On what was she saying?
I mean,
about
just,
wrestling?
About pretty much everything, all of it. I mean, I had a bunch of good points on everything. I mean, you did too. Both of y'all did, but I mean, I feel both of you. But I mean, Betty had a bunch of good points.
I mean, I don't have any problem. I don't want anybody listening thinking I do. I think people who truly know me know that is definitely not the truth. And I have no problems with, pretty much anybody. And, I don't have to tell everybody that. I mean, people that know me know that, and I know that. But what I do have a problem with is everybody ignoring and thinking it's okay that this is happening. You can say that you're whatever. People can support you. They can, okay, if you want to identify as a male, whatever. But you cannot make it unfair to everyone else just because of how you feel. That starts to impede on others' rights. You cannot.
See, but where's that happening?
Okay,
You don't have a leg to stand on. You're just spouting something. What are you actually talking about? You saying it's not fair for this boy to wrestle girls?
Absolutely not. Tell me if the strength is the same. He was taking testosterone.
Okay, but see, time out. Stop talking and listen to what I'm going to tell you about this. No, it's not. But you are not listening to the actual situation. So I'm going to keep talking until you listen. So listen, Betty. Yeah, okay, so stop talking because you need to listen, honey. That's what you need to do, period. Listen, here's the thing. I'm getting this is man, because I don't want to be participant in some derogatory anti-trans campaign, man. I'm here to spit truth, and you're gonna listen to the truth. And I'm gonna hang up the phone. So here's what's up.
This is not an
that
anti-trans
boy again. I'm gonna keep talking until you listen. That boy did not choose to wrestle girls. the state of Texas, meaning the Republican leaders of Texas, forced him to. He petitioned continuously to be able to wrestle boys. He petitioned continuously to not have to wrestle girls. And they would not let him. So when you say it's not fair, don't put that on that little boy, because that's not fair to that little boy. He didn't do that. That is the grown Republican men who cannot come to terms with their own idiocy and their own bigotry, their own unwillingness to understand trans people and their actual realities day to day. That's what's happening. You just want to get up here and get it up in arms. You want to get up in arms about, well, it's not fair for this little boy to be wrestling girls. Well, no fucking shit, Sherlock. That's why he petitioned to wrestle the boy. If you knew anything about the situation, you wouldn't sound like such a bigot. But you don't, so you do. Goodbye. Goodbye. No bye.
He changed his birth certificate. I love how nobody ever wants to hear the truth or answer it, but that's okay. I'm used to it. Truth hurts. Actually, everybody who wants to know the truth, he changed his birth certificate to, it states that he's a female. Once you do that, any sport or activity you participate in, after you sign your paperwork saying you're female, you identify as female, your birth certificate's been changed to female, guess what? They have no choice. They cannot allow somebody with a female birth certificate to do the male stuff. I mean, anybody would know that. He was aware of that. His family was aware of that. It was put out in the media so everybody would say, oh, well, he tried. No, They knew exactly. I mean, come on. I mean, I wouldn't try to take my daughter's birth certificate and put her on the football team as a guy. I mean, you know better. So that's why after he petitioned, they had already had his birth certificate and everything changed. So the paperwork was completed. The deal was done. He's a female. So if anything that he plays, he will be playing on the female team. He is stronger. Obviously, he had an undefeated season against the other girls. So, I mean, I watched. He absolutely dominated them. And if anybody doesn't have a problem with that, and ladies, if you don't have a problem with that right there, we're losing things right there. Do you want to be able to never win anything because guys are doing this? No. Wake up. That's the truth.
Caller 731-420. Who is this? Can you hear me, caller?
This is Tyler.
All right, how you doing, man? You been paying attention to the conversation?
Hello?
You been paying attention to the conversation?
Yeah, this is Tyler.
Yeah, we want to go ahead and get your comments or your opinions on what you done heard.
I just now joined. I just picked up on the conversation. I pertaining to the feminists and all that and whatnot. I strongly agree with all that, with what Bonnie said and whatnot. She had a lot of strong points.
Well, I mean, and it's not anything that's, I mean, you can't really look at this, I guess, and say it's right or wrong. You have to really just dig into it. Is it fair to the other people? You know, I understand giving everybody the right to feel what they want to feel or do what they want to do. This is what this country's becoming, a safe place. Everybody, if you want this, do this. This will make you feel better. And we're ignoring the obvious, like it's dangerous. It's insane. We have a lot bigger, things to worry about, in my opinion.
All right, Ben. Hey, it's past that 8 o'clock hour. We're gonna have to we're gonna wrap it up. We've been on here for an hour. Go ahead and let's do some closing statements. Get everybody.
Well, y'all, thank you for joining us tonight. You can tune in next week at 7 o'clock and hear everybody be mad at me again, like they always are. And again, it's not that I'm against any certain type of groups, but I believe in individual rights, and I don't think that anybody else's rights.
I think you took it the wrong way, saying we were anti-transgender, which is not what we were trying to do.
No, everybody always does, and that's what they do. They focus on that instead of listening to the facts, and that's the problem we have right now.
He looked a little too deep into it. Then
some of this is opinion, but some of this is just right or wrong.
But I understood what he was saying, but he was looking into it a little deeper than what we were, the actual situations we were talking about.
And I think he said it's like a, what did he say, a Sunday school teacher? That I'm not sure. I think I called that. So, I mean, I'm not sure. What did he say? he did with church. I don't know. I know that he kind of Christianity.
He's very he's very passionate. He's very liberal. He's very passionate about the issue. So this what this podcast is about. We got different opinions. But Dave, go ahead and give a closing statement because we got to get up out of here. What can they find you with and what you got going on? Let them know.
You can find me on all the social networks, DAMOENT, and that's everything, Damo Ent. And I got a couple of things coming up. I work with any hip-hop artists listening, hit me up. I got a lot of things going on with the hip-hop industry. I'd be glad to be back on the radio show again if I'm off. So I'll call in and we can discuss the more topics, the other topics that we were going to talk about. I'm always down for good conversation.
Hey, when is your next show?
Right.
Did you say when your next show was?
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
The Hip Hop Showcase? It's May the 20th in Memphis at the Height of Lounge. We're giving away $1,000 to the hottest artist.
Yeah, I wanted you to repeat that again. Money always gets everybody's attention. But we appreciate you. We appreciate you joining us and being our guest tonight. We really do. You had a lot of good opinions and we're very informed. We appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
All right, y'all.
Thank you,
everybody.
Okay.
We
all right, y'all have a good one.
Hey, you too. You too.
All right.